If we try to log into Instagram, see, I get an automatic suggestion here. How is this possible? This is also possible due to JavaScript. Okay, write something here. Okay, all these suggestions are coming due to JavaScript. These are auto completions. Okay, these are possible due to JavaScript. Okay, handling user input like Google's search autocomplete. Next, what happens is if we currently we are on Google Meet, okay, and assume Nagendra joined, Durga joined, and Narendra joined. Okay, Suresh also joined. So where are these names actually stored? These names are stored somewhere, okay, in a database, let's say. So we need to fetch that data, okay, in order to show to the client. Who are the client? We are the client, okay, who are watching the front end, okay, who are attending the meeting. We are the client, okay. So we need to see the data, okay. Where is the data stored? In the database, okay. So there must be a method to fetch the data and show it to the front end. That is possible due to JavaScript. Okay, fetching data from servers, fetching data from servers. Let's say another example is like assume I posted a photo on Instagram, okay, and Nagendra follows me, okay, and as soon as Nagendra opens the Instagram, opens his Instagram, he sees my new photo, okay. How is that possible? That is possible due to JavaScript, okay. JavaScript is fetching the data live from database, okay, and showing it to Nagendra, okay. Next is building entire application, okay, full stack application like WhatsApp, YouTube, okay. These are also possible with JavaScript, okay. So JavaScript is a very powerful scripting language, okay. So in order to set up the JavaScript, we don't need anything, just the browser console, okay. How do we get access to the console? We go to the Chrome browser, okay, and simply we right click here anywhere and inspect, okay, and we get the console tab here. This is our JavaScript environment, okay. Here we can test out JavaScript, okay. And how we can test out JavaScript here? Either by writing JavaScript directly here, or we can create a file. Allow a moment. We can create a file like this, okay, and then if we want to test it in browser using this file, we'll create one more file, day1.html. An HTML file is required to view the JavaScript in browser, okay. So simply what we will do is we'll create an HTML file here, okay. And in the body tag we will link the script tag, okay. How we will link the script tag? Now what is the script tag? This is our JS file, okay. We need to basically link the JS file to the HTML so that HTML understands that I need to show the JavaScript in browser, okay. So for linking, we will inside the body we will use the script tag, and in the src we will pass the relative path of our JavaScript file, okay. So what is our JavaScript file's name? day1.js. Our script tag linked successfully, okay. Now if we go to the browser, okay, and see, currently it is blank, okay, and each and every language has a capability to print something, okay. So in this we print something in terminal using this command, console.log a bracket, inside it whatever we need to print, okay. First let's print hello world. Now let's see, we get a hello world here, okay. Is it visible, my terminal? my console. So see, if I wanted to print something in my console, the syntax is this. Okay. Let me arrange it. Hmm. Okay. So another way of opening this console is simply using the F12 button. Okay. If we in our browser, if we go and press the F12 button, we will get this console. Okay. So here either we have two options. Either we can start typing JavaScript directly here, which will of course be temporary. Okay. As soon as we close this tab, it will be gone. Okay. And then another method we have to directly type the JavaScript in the JavaScript file which we created. Okay, which will be persisted. Okay. After this, so now currently we have two methods of linking the script in our HTML. Okay, one method is this external linking. Okay, means JavaScript is coming here in the HTML from external file. Okay, which is the day1.js. Next method is directly we can inside the script tag we can directly write the JavaScript. Okay, which will be a kind of messy if we have a lot of JavaScript. Okay, let's comment the first one, external linking. See, welcome to the day one of the JavaScript tutorial. Okay, so these are two methods of writing JavaScript in HTML. This was the external linking. This one is internal linking. Okay, and next we have variables and data types. Okay, in JavaScript. So everyone understood what is the syntax of printing something on console. This is the syntax of printing something in console. Okay, syntax for printing something in console. Okay, next we will study about variables and data types. Now what are variables? First of all, variables in JavaScript. First let's discuss it here. What are variables? You can understand variables like a container. Okay, assume in your kitchen if you have a lot of spices, you need to segregate that spices into different containers. Okay, keep that spices into different containers. Okay, so for keeping that spices into different containers, we of course definitely need different containers. Okay, so you can understand variables as containers. Okay, the containers act as temporary storage for the items. Okay, temporary or permanent storage for the items. Okay, so in JavaScript we have variables. Okay, and they act as a container for retaining the data for short term. Okay, short term. Okay, a variable acts as a container for retaining the data for a short term. Okay, now let's say I need to store let's say I need to store let's say we have some sort of student, okay, student, okay. I need to store his name as John, okay. Age is 21, okay. And uh, let's say is eligible to or let's say his marks are 32 in maths, okay. Is passed will be of course false, okay, because the passing marks is 33, okay. So these are some kind of data we are storing, okay. First we stored his name, okay, then we stored his age, then the marks, and then the is passed, okay. So these are different types of data types in JavaScript, okay. So these are the different types of data types in JavaScript, okay. We will study this, okay, in a more elaborated way. First of all, let's understand how we can declare variables, okay, how we can create variables, okay. So basically there are 5 methods of creating a variable, okay. First is, let's understand in JavaScript. See, for creating a variable what we need is a variable name, okay, basically the container, okay. We need to name the container, okay, and we actually need the data which we need to store in the container, okay. So very first method is this John, okay. This is the variable name, okay, and this is the data, okay. Next method is let, okay, using let age is equal to 30, okay. Next method is const, means constant. Const is student is equal to true, okay. Next method is var, means variable. Var city is equal to New York, okay. So these are 4 types of variable declaration methods, okay. 4 types of variable declaration methods, okay. Now the thing is that we can use any one of them, okay, and we can declare the variables, but the first method which we are talking about here, that is the worst way to declare a variable, okay. Means we can declare it, it's nothing like we can't declare it, but it's not appreciated, okay. Everyone understood till here what I was telling? So can anyone tell me what is variable? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what is variable? Okay. Okay, so we studied 4 types of variable declaration methods, and I told you that first one is not the best way to declare a variable, okay. Next we have first let's discuss var, okay. So var, if we declare a variable using var, okay, what happens, it is globally available. Globally means let's assume if I write JavaScript for about I started from 20th line and I finished in some 959 line, okay, but I declared this variable in 12th line, okay. So till the 950th line, from the 12th line till the 950th line, everywhere this New York will be available. Okay, city is equal to New York will be available. Okay, there will be absolutely no issue. Okay, means it will be globally available. Okay, but the problem is that, see here, uh, let's comment this out for now. See, problem here is currently I haven't declared a variable called name. Okay, and I'm trying to print the variable. Okay, I'm trying to print the variable. Okay, so we haven't declared the variable. Okay, and we are trying to print it. Okay, let's use some another variable name, first name. So here JavaScript will tell us first name isn't defined. Okay, we haven't provided a definition for first name. Okay, means we haven't created any variable called first name, so it will throw an undefined error. Okay, now what is the problem with first name? See, it says undefined. Okay, means before declaring, okay, before initialization of this first name, JavaScript knows that yes, there is a first name variable. Okay, in line number 21. Okay, here we are trying to print it. Here only JavaScript knows that in future there is some, means in next lines there are some variables called first name. Okay, which is kind of dangerous. Okay, now what is happening here basically is var is hoisting itself. Okay, what is hoisting? Hoisting means, hoisting in JavaScript means, in simpler terms, in JavaScript means, focus on this part. This parts are very important. Okay, which will these are the basics actually, which will help you all to, you know, create big applications in future. Hoisting in JavaScript means whenever we declare a variable, okay, it breaks into two parts. It breaks into two parts, and first it declares the variable, and then in next part it assigns the value to the variable. So let me explain you this. Okay, currently what we did here in this line, we declared a variable. Okay, and then we initialize the data inside it. Okay, what is the variable here? Variable is first name. Okay, and the data here is John. Okay, so here hoisting is happening. In whenever we use var, a hoisting happens. Now what is hoisting? Whatever I wrote, let me explain you practically. What happens in JavaScript is, first of all, whenever we declare a variable using var, see, var breaks into two parts. First name will be undefined. Okay, in the starting, which means undefined simply means null. Okay, nothing declared. Okay, and then the first name will be assigned the value. Okay, These are the two steps which happens in JavaScript whenever a variable is declared using var. Okay, everyone understood what is hoisting, or shall I re-explain in simpler words? Maybe yes, no. Shall I proceed? Actually, I need a response, because if you don't understand these things, then it would be difficult further. Okay, so let's start from starting once. So basically, first thing is we need to declare a variable. Okay, declare a variable means we need to create a container, okay, a box in which we can store something. Okay, so here we have four methods of creating a box, okay, and storing the data inside that box. Okay, first of all, we first method is directly naming the box, okay, and storing the data inside it. Okay, second method is using var. Okay, using var we will create the box name and then store the data inside it. Third method is also similar. We will use let to create the box's name, okay, and then we'll store the data inside it. Fourth method is also same. We will use const, okay, and we'll give the box's name and then we'll store the data inside it. Okay, these are the four methods. Okay, now in the first method, one thing is uncommon as compared to the rest of the three. What is uncommon? That we don't use anything before the box's name. Okay, neither var, let or const. So this is uncommon, okay, and this is not appreciated to be used, okay, whenever we create some applications, especially when we are going to work for some big companies, okay, and we are creating some large softwares. It is not appreciated to use this method, okay, to declare variables or create a box to store the data inside it. Okay, in simpler words. So of course we see there are different types of data here. This is a string data, okay, this is number. String means simply collection of characters, okay, group of characters. Okay, so always the strings are written inside double quotes or single quotes. Okay, if we write any sentence or word, simply it's mentioned inside double quotes. Okay, so these are the four methods of declaring variables, or in simpler words, creating a box, okay, to store data inside it. Next we understood var. Okay, var means variable. Okay, variable first name is equal to John. Okay, we created a variable or a box which we named as first name, and inside that box we created John. Okay, so inside John, whenever we use variable, okay, hoisting happens in JavaScript. Hosting and hoisting are two different things. Okay, it is hoisting, hoisting. Okay, hoisting, in hoisting two things happen. Okay, two things happen in two steps. Okay, whenever we create a variable using var, okay, in step 1, var first name is equal to undefined, means in the very first step it doesn't happen that the first name means the box gets the data to be stored inside the box. Okay,